All right, guys, a little new segment from here in the Sports Corner. We're doing my power rankings, who I think who are the best 10 teams in this league. Not the best record, but the best 10 teams in this league. So let's get it started. Number 10, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Not completely sold on them. They played three teams with three terrible quarterbacks, one being a rookie, but they have weapons. They have the wide receivers. Metcalf looks like a beast again. They have a good 1-2 punch in the Walker and Carbonet as running backs. Decent tight end and Fant. And their defense, a lot of ball hawks. They're stopping the run, but I want to see them play against a better team. And they will be doing that next week against the Detroit Lions. So we'll see how good they really are. Number 9, I got the Jets. I know they beat the Patriots, and Patriots are not good at all. They're one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the league. But it was a good win. They covered the big number. Rodgers looks great, and I like this new two-headed monster in Allen and Breece Hall. If they could utilize those guys more and protect Rodgers as he knocks off the rust from his injury, it's just going to scare a lot of teams. And it's good to see Rodgers pass the ball around, not just throwing to Wilson, and the tight end and Lazard are getting into it. So good job. All around good team the Jets are. Number 8, I got the Cheeseheads, the Packers. When Jordan Love went down, it's a good thing he went down when he did because the schedule wasn't tough. But I thought the Packers were going to face a little more adversity. They beat the Colts and they beat the Titans, not world beaters, but you know what? You got to respect what they did. They traded for Malik Willis right before the season started. So Malik Willis wasn't too familiar with his playbook, but the head coach and offensive coordinator, they planned great for him using his legs. But also the other signing, which I thought was going to be a bad signing when they did, Jacobs looks great. Vintage Jacobs when he was on the Raiders. So all in all, good decisions by the Packers. They are running the ball and just pounding it away, and while Love is, getting better, and he might come back next week, and this team will probably just be even better with him. But just good pickups by them for Malik Willis and using Malik Willis the right way. And number 7, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. You gotta be a little insane not to have them on the top 10 list. I think Colin Cowherd didn't have him on his top 10 list, but this defense looks elite, if not the number one defense. I think they're allowing like 9, 8, 7 points a game. It's unreal. TJ Watt might be the defensive player of the year once again. He was a runner-up. I forget what happened to how he got it. Hayward looks like a beast. I am not sold on Justin Fields whatsoever, or the running backs, especially the running backs. Harris, no good. Warren, all right. But if they can make Fields do what he did, 250 yards passing, keep it almost to no turnovers or maybe one turnover, and using his legs, I think that's a good recipe, and with their defense, they could win a bunch of games. Now, I think they should start Wilson. Wilson comes back. That's if Wilson can actually throw the ball. I heard there's some inaccuracy issues, but just elite defense. They are putting the clamps on people, and I think Tomlin has Fields doing good things. So Pittsburgh at 7. 6, I have the Lions. Good bounce back win for them after losing to the Buccaneers, which was embarrassing. But Lions just, great coaching. Offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the league. And they did the right thing, rushing the ball. You don't need to pass 30 times with Goff. You need to be pounding the rock. You need to rush split carries with Montgomery and Gibbs and, get at least over 30 carries, 35 carries with those guys, split between them. And good things will happen. Opens the play action for Goff. Hit Williams over top. Brown in the middle. Laporta in the middle. Just opens up everything else. They have a solid defense. Secondary, I'm not too sold on. But they just need to keep with the game plan. They have too much talent on that side of the ball. Pound the rock and let Goff do the play action. Work out. And number 5, I have my Philadelphia Eagles. They should be 3-0. Don't care what anybody says. They should have beat the Falcons. They had a brain fart, or their coaches had brain farts, and that's kind of like their undoing. But another team with too much talent. Now, yes, they are banged up. Arguably one of the best offensive lines in the league. They have A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown will come back this week or the next, or he'll maybe wait to the bye. But anyways, him, Smith, Goddard, and the one and all Barkley, the best offseason accusation by any team. This looks like vintage Barkley. He finally has an offensive line that will block for him. He's just tearing the teams apart. That will be the best signing in this offseason. Mark my words. So with all that, and the rush defense looked good against they put the clamps on the Saints. So I think they're turning this round, getting together. They didn't play a lot of their starters in the preseason. So with that, I'm taking the Eagles at 5. And number 4 is the Texans. Now you might think, why am I putting the Texans this high up after they got shellacked by the Vikings? But another team with so many weapons, so much talent on one side of the ball. No, actually both sides of the ball. You know, they just had a big hiccup against the Vikings. C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, Diggs, and Nico Collins, and Mixon. I mean, that is one hell of a core, if ever. And Schultz at tight end. I mean, it's too big to fail. I think they're going to just bounce back from this, have a great game, and, you know, and they have, like I said, defense, Hunter, Stingley, Will Anderson, and DeMeco Ryans is a good head coach. So, you know, big hiccup against the Vikings, but I think they bounce back. Too much talent on this team, just way too much. And number 3, we got the Vikings. Man, are they looking good. That defense is looking elite, right up there with Pittsburgh. Man, they are getting after the quarterback, and the accusations they made on the offense look spectacular. Sam Darnold looking like, Peyton Manning out there. He has 8 touchdowns, only 2 picks. Aaron Jones looks like vintage Aaron Jones when he was on the Packers. Just good in the catching game, good in the rushing the ball, And they've been doing this without Addison. Addison will be coming back this week or next. So with him and Justin Jefferson, now reliable running back and a competent quarterback, which I think the head coach needs to keep Darnold doing not Superman things, just keep him, steady, and rely on Aaron Jones and the all-star wide receivers there to do the rest, okay? And with that recipe, with that great defense by the Minnesota Vikings, they could do some damage and even possibly win the NFC North. Number 2, the Chiefs. And what are you going to do? Mahomes looked great. He loves Rice. He loves his new weapon, Worthy. They did lose Pachenko, and Kelsey is cooked, and Mahomes is not having his best year, but it's Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback possibly of all time. And they have the best head coach of all the NFL, Andy Reid, who's a great game planner. And their defense is still good, not great, but, they barely won. They barely won a lot of their games, but they still beat the Baltimore. Baltimore's not looking so hot, but they beat Baltimore. They beat Bengals. Both these teams were our playoff teams just a year ago and a couple years ago. I know the Bengals are 0-3, but damn, they must be one of the best 0-3 teams you'll see because they have so much talent. But, it's Mahomes and Andy Reid. They always seem how to do something. They lose to Hill, they come back, and we don't need Hill. So, they make it work because they have just the best coach in the league and the best quarterback in the league. So, number 2 and number 1 is the Buffalo Bills. They just look all around great. Now, they had some injuries on defense, but they look all around great. They blew the brakes off the Jaguars. And Allen is the MVP favorite. He is spreading the ball around. Cook is a good running back. And Kincaid and Knox, good tight end combination. So that's, and they're good, reliable for Allen. Really good team, really good showing, just shellacking the Jaguars. That was a statement win. So with the Bills, I think Allen this is his year to probably win the MVP, barring no injury. And he's making some good decisions. 9 total touchdowns, 7 touchdowns passing, and no picks. So that's my top 10. Bills taking a number 1. It might change because it's been a crazy NFL season so far. A lot of favorites losing, but these are my top 10 teams in the NFL so far after week 3.